Hey, what's going on? Luke here. And last week, I did a video where I talked about 5 reasons why Rugby League Live 4 was better than Rugby League Live 3. Now, although I did the video, I said I was going to be doing a video where I talked about 5 reasons why Rugby League Live 3 was better. And the reason being is I don't really have an opinion on which one is better. Obviously, at the moment, I've been playing a lot of Rugby League Live 4. When I've gone back and played Rugby League Live 3, nothing really stood out dramatically as like, this is an amazing game. However, so many people look at it and say, yeah, no, this is definitely the better game out of the two. That being said, though, I can also look back to when I was playing the game and I can talk about the stuff that I did enjoy at the time and why I absolutely loved the game. So it is obviously going to be different comparing a game from the past to the current game, even though it's not really a current game, but obviously things are supposed to improve and there's going to be things that can improve on. So it makes sense that going back and playing a previous game would feel a little bit weird, and that's exactly what it feels like when I go play Rugby League Live 3. However, people who never played Rugby League Live 4 and just continue playing Rugby League Live 3, they still absolutely love it. There's so many diehards Rugby League Live 3, and it's for good reason, let's be honest. I put so many hours into that game. It is generally the game that I played the most. Like that in Rugby League Live 2, I played it so much more than Rugby League Live 4. Just something was different about Rugby League Live 3. Obviously, I won a lot, which definitely helps, but Rugby League Live 3, it just hit different. However, I don't want to use rose-tinted glasses. I don't want to look at the nostalgia. I want to look at facts. I want to look at it without any bias, because it's easy to look at Rugby League Live 3 and go, oh yeah, I absolutely used to carve up in Rugby League Live 3. Definitely the better game, but it's just not as simple as that. But for this video, like you can tell by the title, we're going to be going over 5 reasons that Rugby League Live 3 was better than Rugby League Live 4. Now, starting off with number 1, this is something that was introduced into Rugby League Live 3, as well as a whole bunch of things, including the fan hub as well. I'll get to that later. But for number 1, we're going to be talking about Be a Pro mode. Now, in previous years, we hadn't seen anything like it. It was something that people talked about. People had been making career modes where they were making players and chucking them into like random teams on Rugby League Live 2. That was about as creative as you could get. I remember Tyson Bennett making career modes, chucking them in the Raiders and such. But just in terms of actually a proper career mode that we'd seen in FIFA, we'd seen in NBA, there just was nothing in a Rugby League game until Rugby League Live 3. Now, the actual gameplay itself, it was quite hard to play. It was quite clunky, but I will say it was better than Rugby League Live 4. In recent times, I've actually gone on to Rugby League Live 4 and tried Be a Pro, and I thought about doing a Be a Pro series, but the game is absolutely trash in Rugby League Live 4. But Rugby League Live 3, at least, we had the novelty of it being the first one, and you think they would grow up on that, but it doesn't seem like they have. It's pretty much the exact same gameplay. It seems to be career mode in general is the exact same, but just Rugby League Live 3, Be a Pro, we looked at it, we went, holy shit, this is a new concept. Can't wait to see what it does. Obviously, it was hard because if you played certain positions like fullback, they wanted you to jump in on certain positions on the field. You couldn't really play like an actual second row, or you couldn't play like an actual lock or whatever. Stamina was hard to control. Even just in terms of calling for the ball was quite hard. They would go the opposite way and then you would already call for it and they'd throw it 40 meters across the field and you end up with it, or there'd be an intercept or something. But look, it was a good game mode. As much as it sounds like I'm shitting on it right now, it was revolutionary for Rugby League games, and I do expect it to be in Rugby League games going forward. Hopefully they can touch it up a little bit, because there's so much potential in this game mode, and Rugby League Live 3 was the first one to introduce it, and I really enjoyed it at the time. Now moving on to number 2, I kind of touched on it a little bit earlier, but I'm just going to say the gameplay in general was quite fun. It was way funner than Rugby League Live 4. And when I play Rugby League Live 4, it does feel somewhat smooth, but on the other hand, sometimes it feels extremely clunky. There's so many dumb errors in Rugby League Live 4, and Rugby League Live 3 did have that. Things like offloading was quite hard, but in Rugby League Live 4, you can barely offload. In Rugby League Live 3, at least you could offload. There's little things like that that you have to take into account. They didn't have plays, didn't have anything like that, but the gameplay itself, it just felt so fun to play. Now, I don't know if that's because I was absolutely tallying up teams. If you see my old videos, I was going on the career mode, I was playing with the Tigers, I was putting 60 on teams like every week. It was super easy in the end. But the game itself, even when I play it online, it was still a very fun game mode. When I jump onto Rugby League Live 4 online, it just feels like people are tryharding. And I feel like for me to even take on the computer, I have to go full tryhard mode. There's no just jumping on, just having a bit of a muck around and winning a game. There's no giving it to a friend and letting them see how they go. I feel like for Rugby League Live 4, there's just too many things that you have to be a diehard to be playing. And that's why I think the game got returned so much in comparison to Rugby League Live 3. Everybody who played Rugby League Live 3, they could just jump on the game, they could score a try, they could have fun. Whereas Rugby League Live 4, you had to sort of deal with plays, you had to deal with bad passes and such, so many turnovers. It was a lot harder game to pick up, and Rugby League Live 3 was a very easy game to pick up, so I think that's a big plus for Rugby League Live 3. Now moving on to number 3, I did touch on this a little bit earlier. We're going to be talking about the fan hub. Now this is the first time that the fan hub was introduced into a Rugby League game. I'm not sure if it had been used in like cricket games or tennis games or even AFL games in the past, but Rugby League Live 3 was definitely the first game that used the fan hub. It was the first game on the next gen consoles at the time. It was absolutely revolutionary. I remember when the fan hub released before Rugby League Live 3 came out, I was like, oh shit, look at this. You can create your own players. Made like a little card that would be like a little player card or whatever. And I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to play this game. It just made a game that doesn't have any longevity have a lot of longevity. There's still people to this day making 2022 rosters, 2022 jerseys, 2022 squads for NRL clubs. And there's not too many games you can look at and say, yeah, they're still up to date in 2022 and they came out in like 2015 or whatever it came out. Now, Rugby League Live 4 kind of has that as well. It definitely has that as well. They did improve on that, but Rugby League Live 3 was the one to introduce it in terms of the Rugby League world. So I've got to list that down as a reason why it was better. Revolutionary is probably the word. And yes, I have mentioned a couple things that aren't Rugby League Live 4, but I just feel like in terms of the Be A Pro, in terms of the fan hub, they are things that Rugby League Live 3 introduced, and they have got to be mentioned as reasons why they are better. Rugby League Live 4 didn't introduce anything new at all, really. It was Rugby League Live 3 that introduced all the new stuff, and Rugby League Live 4 just went off the back of it. Now, moving on to number 4, this is probably going to be a bit of a weird one, but it is something that I actually feel quite passionately about. In Rugby League Live 4, you cannot draw and pass to save your life, and if you do, it's such a huge achievement. It's quite shocking, to be honest. Whereas Rugby League Live 3, there was always support players, almost too many support players, and this is what I mean by the game's a lot funner. If you made a line break, there was going to be support. Don't you worry about that. I made plenty of breaks with guys like Kevin Aguama, guys like Keith Lulea, guys who shouldn't really be making breaks, and there's always support to back up those breaks. I could pass it to someone who was on the wing like Nofaluma or Tedesco or whatever, and they'd go off and they'd finish the try. In Rugby League Live 4, you get it out to your centers, you think, you beauty, I've just made a line break. Where the hell's my winger? Where's my fullback? It happens way too often in Rugby League Live 4, but that is something that Rugby League Live 3 did really, really well. There was always support, whether it was a forward, whether it was a back, and also, when you made a line break as well, you didn't have props running you down, left, right, and center. If I make a line break, you sort of go up against the fullback, you think you pass the fullback, and then the next minute, Mark Nichols is grabbing you. I know he's the GOAT, but he's not that quick. Alright, that's 4 done with. Now it's time to move on to the 5th reason why Rugby League Live 3 is better. And that reason is I feel like the changed player is a lot better. I feel like I had so much more control over it. If you're someone who's played both games like me, I played Rugby League Live 4, I played Rugby League Live 3, and I both play them a lot. When I made the jump from Rugby League Live 3 to Rugby League Live 4, when I did the change players, I was like, what the hell is this? The change player was completely off. Now, in Rugby League Live 3, I felt like I had so much control. If you play FIFA, you play NBA, all that sort of stuff, it's so crucial in defense to be able to pick exactly who you want to control. You couldn't do that in Rugby League Live 4. There's so many times I try and go to the closest player, it sends me off to the other side. I try to go to the fullback, I can't do that. Rugby League Live 3 had that absolutely nailed. I absolutely loved it. I don't know why they changed it. Even the camera angles, there's a few things that they changed, and I'm like, I don't understand why they changed it. The main camera angle they used to play on, I can't even use in Rugby League Live 4 because it's gone. So that could be another reason. But yeah, the change of player is so much easier in Rugby League Live 3, and it makes defense so much easier. And even when I go back and play Rugby League Live 3, I'm so conditioned to Rugby League Live 4 that it almost gives me head noise that I can't control the right player. It's kind of like, surely they didn't go to that player. It's supposed to send me over like 4 other players to the left. I don't know why it's picking the right player. That's what it feels like when I go to Rugby League Live 3 and play it. It's crazy that change of player is something that is so much better on a previous game, but it is what it is. Rugby League Live 4, picking the right player, even passing in general, everything that involves the triggers in terms of going to other players, it's just absolutely terrible. Passing is shit. But in Rugby League Live 3, passing wasn't exactly the best. A lot of ping-pong passing, but for Rugby League Live 4, just changing player passing, it's shit. Rugby League Live 3, it's a little bit better. Anyways, that's how I'm going to wrap up this video. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure you go ahead and smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Also, make sure to use the notification bell. I know lately a lot of people have been saying that notification bell hasn't been working. Just use it. It's way better than the sub boxes. Maybe if you've already used the notification bell, unclick it and then re-click it. Maybe that helps. I don't know. But yeah, go ahead and use it. Also, go ahead and give me a follow on social media. It's on the screen right now. It's Mr. Luke and YT for the most part. My Facebook is Mr. Luke, but everything else, including Snapchat, including TikTok, is Mr. Luke and YT. Twitch is Mr. Luke Stream, so go ahead and give me a follow on that. But everything else, Mr. Luke and YT. Anyways, that's how I'm going to wrap up this one. Hopefully you did enjoy it. And stay tuned for plenty more content on the channel. Got plenty of stuff to upload. The 2022 NRL season is here. Rugby League Live 5 is coming out soon. Going to be making some more like Rugby League Live 5 wish list sort of videos. So stay tuned for that. And that's how I'm going to wrap up this one. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.